Hi y'all, Kraken Latte here. It's that time of the month again where we take a look at what we can buy with Trader's Tender. Mounts, pets, and mug galore because this is what's up with the Trading Post. The Trading Post has switched over to July. Summer is upon us, and now we are in our July 2023 items. Yes, we have a whole bunch of new stuff again this month, and we actually have more than normal. They added a larger set of items to get this month because we can earn 200 extra Trader's Tender this month. You'll notice that the bar goes up, and I'll show you right now, in fact, right here, goes up to 1,400 instead of 1,000. Those extra points will give us a extra 200 Trader's Tenders. That's these extra two little notches here instead of stopping at 1,000. So, looking at the rewards this month, we have the Tyrael's Charger. That's right. If you missed it, or you farmed your brains out and just couldn't get it during the D4 crossover event, you can actually get Tyrael's Charger here on the Trading Post. They promised it would be here, and here it is. And I already have it, so you can't see the price in person, but it seems that this is 900 Trader's Tender, so that's going to set you back a healthy amount. But this is a gorgeous horse. It's an old mount, but I mean, it's pretty popular given how unique it is. And we don't have a lot of crossover stuff from Diablo in terms of mounts, so this is pretty neat. Moving on, we have the Spectral Tiger Cub. This is a TCG pet trading card game pet from way back in the day that they put up here. It's so cute. Look at this little guy. If you all know what the Swift Spectral Tiger mount is, this is the cub version. It's pretty adorable. So that is great. You don't have to buy gold if you want to spend your tenders on this. And that's going to be 750. Another expensive one for this little guy. I can guarantee you that prices on this are going to go down for this month though while it's active, so if you don't want to spend your Trader's Tender on it, I bought mine for about 150k on my server because it dropped significantly, so I didn't have to spend my tenders on it. So there's a little tip in case anyone wants to look at that. Next we have an ensemble, Sylvan Stalker's Leathers, another armor specific set of gear. This is leather, and it's good for Rogue, Monk, Druid, Demon Hunter, and likely any other future classes we get for leather. This is a pretty neat set. This, I believe, is a recolor of a Legion set that I think... It reminds me of the crafted stuff, actually. I recognize these shoulders. I had them in red. Either way, really cool set. It's only leather, so that's unfortunate, but it's still cool nonetheless. You could definitely do something with that helm, the belt. Those shoulders are pretty rad. So anyway, that's pretty neat. Following the Fell theme, we have another mount, Reigns of the Fell Crystal Scorpion. This is a recolor specifically of the Manted Reputation mount, the Amber Scorpion, which is, well, amber colored. This one is 650 tenders, another spendy. And you're probably not going to be able to get both Tyrael's Charger and the Scorpion if you wanted both, so choose wisely, I suppose. But regardless, this is a really neat mount, so there's another one that you could add to the roster if you want it. Next we have a expensive piece of transmog, but it's the Antoran Fellspire. This is, again, Legion theme. We're bringing in the Summer Legion Fire, if you will. And this is really neat. If you've ever seen any of the Argus specific transmog that you can get out of the special chests there. This is very similar. It follows that same aesthetic, and this would look great for any Legion themed type of character. 600 though. That's expensive for a staff. Similarly, also at 600 tendies is Conquest. This is kind of hard to see because of the way my Blood Elf holds it here, but this is a gorgeous two-handed sword that I believe is also a recolor of Armageddon. I don't quite remember what Armageddon's color was. It might have been brown or something, but this is another pretty fancy sword. Big old Vrykul looking sword, all epic and such. 600, again, 600. The prices are a little high. They gave us an extra 200 tendies to spend And again, not enough to spend. Not enough to spend, so yeah. But anyway, recolor, that looks pretty dang nice. Now we have the Aldori War Mace. Maybe I should not have chosen a Blood Elf to showcase these. Noted for next time. Another expensive transmog weapon. Aldori War Mace. This is gorgeous. This is definitely a Draenei themed War Mace. I don't think this is a recolor. This looks new. This looks, or at least one of those items that they pulled in from the coding that was, you know, way back in the day that was never put in. But it looks pretty nice. 500, again, very expensive. And that's okay. Next, we have the Filigreed Lion's Maw, which is very interesting because it says I already have it. And I don't know, have we seen this already before? Was this on a past past trading post month? I'd have to go back and look to confirm it. But I believe this might have been from a past trading post month. Huh. Because I already have it and I haven't bought it yet. I haven't gotten all my tendies yet. So that's kind of interesting because if that is, that means it's come back around already. So that's good. We're already only on month, what? And let's see, February, March, April, May, June, July. I guess we're on month 6 technically. 5. Whatever you'd count that. But that's kind of cool. Anyway, this is a very nice one, and this will cost you, you can't see here on the screen because I've already bought it, but this will cost you only $250, which is good because everything else is dang expensive. So that's pretty cool. I like that the lion's head actually kind of moves like it's biting at you. Now we have some lovely helms. Helm of the Fierce and Helm of the Swift, 2 different colors. I believe, let's see, it says it has Balog etched to the backside and it has Eric. Yep, Eric the Swift, Fierce and the Swift. If you recall, there's some NPCs that are dwarves that we meet in a couple zones and in a dungeon back in, let's see, over in the Eastern Kingdom somewhere. And one of them is Eric the Swift, and you've got Balog the Fierce. Apparently, well, it looks like these are their horns. Their helms. Horned helms? Which is very interesting. They look pretty HD, so these look new. These are absolutely new. I love that. Anyway, enough on that, but these are really cool looking. Very cool. Now we have Mephistophroth's Razor. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous sword. Appears to be a one-handed sword that is only 200 points. Tenders, rather. And this looks like an older one. I'm not sure if this is a recolor, but it's a really nice one regardless. It might actually be technically new, even though it looks old, because there are a lot of weapons that were never put in game that are still sitting around in the files. And it looks like they pulled this one in. It's nice pink and purple color. You don't see a lot of that color scheme. Only 200, not as bad, so that's pretty good. Sinister Fell Staff. Let's hide the armor on this one. That's pretty cool. You know what this looks like. This reminds me of Gul'dan's staff. I don't know if it's identical or not, but that's who this makes me think of. His walking stick. I think it is. I'd have to look up a picture of him, but that's what this makes me think of. Sinister Fell Staff, it's been handed down between timelines. Oh, you know what? It probably is by that definition. Anyway, it's only worth 175. Pretty cheap on that one, which is nice. That's more like what I want to see. Definitely gonna be snagging that one myself. I'm a bit of a fan. Now we have the Fist of Polar Fury. Again, I need to not do Blood Elves for this. We have a fist weapon. I believe this is a recolor. This might be returning too. I feel like we've seen this on a previous month, and I just didn't buy it because I'm not super into it myself. Huh. Big ol' icy polar bear head though. That's pretty cool. I believe this is a recolor. And we have a new month of Scarf. and hood. I am super psyched. You have no idea how psyched I am. Only 100 each. These are pretty cheap. I really, really, really love these. I love that we're getting so many different colors. This purple is to die for. It's so bright. I love the super bright saturated stuff. Definitely getting these two myself. And I'm super pleased because they're not armor specific. And let me tell you, I feel like plate does not have enough headpieces that are not just a straight up helm. And so I really like that we can get some hoods going on, because how cool is it to have a hood, cloak, and a bunch of plate armor? I love that look. Or a scarf. So we got purple this month. Looking great. Now we got the polished short sword. Very simple, only 75. So that's kind of a nice look here. Rather like that. Very neat. And we have the silvered war cloak. Again, only 75. Super cheap. I believe we got the pink version of this a couple of trading post rotations ago. So I think this is a recolor from a cloak we already had, which is pretty neat, actually. I do really like this cloak. It's nice and blue. I like that color. I think I might get that one myself. Then we have the fabulously flashy finery, which it says I already have, and I believe this one is also returning from a previous month. It only costs 50. It's super, super cheap, so that's why it's down here, but it's a shirt, so anyone can wear it. But I'm pretty sure this is from a previous month as well, so if that's true, there are a good handful of things that are here from previous months, which is good to know. That already we're starting to see some returning items, if this is true, and I'm not crazy, which is also entirely possible. But here we go. That's a nice shirt. Only 50. Pretty simple. And the last thing on our list is this. Well, the Primeval Basher. It's a rock on a stick. You make fun of it, but that would do some serious damage. This thing, according to the description here, this very mace was used in the taming of Galvadon. I don't know who that is. I might have to look that up, but I could see this thing would tame you. It's only 50, nice and cheap, and it's got a nice high-res look. So that is what we have for this month. That is pretty great. Now, let's take a look at this month's reward. Now again, you can get 200 extra tender. This normally only goes to 1,000 points. It's 1,400, which means 200 extra tender. And it says we get the Grotto Netherwing Drake. Guess what that is? You're gonna love this. This is a dragon riding mount. A new one. This is a Netherwing dragon riding mount. A new high-res, absolutely gorgeous Netherwing Drake. And I have been told that in the future, we're going to be able to customize this just like the regular dragon riding mounts as well. It's just not yet enabled. I'm not sure when we'll be able to do that, but that's what I've heard. So this beauty, you can actually ride this in the Dragon Isles right off, which is pretty great because as much as I love mounts, it has been a bummer not being able to ride my other mounts. I just want dragon riding on all of them. I don't care if it's a moose or a horse, put dragon riding on it. I'll accept looking funny. But anyway, that is what we have for July 2023. And I did see a little sneak preview of what's coming in August, at least some things. Which is some pretty interesting things, including like the Blood Troll set that might be on the docket. So that's coming soon. Pretty exciting. But anyway, we'll review that when it comes in August. So go get all your stuff. Happy trading post and happy July 2023. If you're new to the trading post and want those goodies I just showcased, let's look at what to do. First up, there are 2 waves of Trader's Tender, the currency used here, with 1,000 total that you can earn each month. Unspent tender will roll over into the next month as well. You will earn your first 500 tender free just by logging in that month on an actively subbed account that's in good standing. The second 500 comes from a myriad of activities that you complete, found in your adventure journal in the Traveler's Log tab. More on this in a moment. The trading post itself is located in the Mage District of Stormwind and the Valley of Strength in Orgrimmar. This is where you'll loot all of your currency from the nearby chest and view and purchase from the vendor. The trading post's inventory changes on the first of every month and will include a wide range of goodies, both old and new. Previously retired mounts, recolors of transmog never put in game, and new items entirely are just some of the things we can see listed. Don't worry about missing out though. Items that rotate out of stock will eventually rotate back in, so there's no fear of missing out. In your journal, you'll see a progress bar that wants you to collect 1,000 points. This is both how you gain the other 500 Traders Tender and earn that month's special reward for doing so. To get these points, you need to complete activities listed here in your journal over the course of the month. These activities have a wide range of variety for different forms of gameplay. Much of these will be things you're already doing, so if you prefer a passive approach, you can do so. There are also some more specific tasks you can do that change each month based on upcoming holidays and events. Either way, make sure to familiarize yourself with these activities on the off chance how you normally play will not earn you enough. This entire thing is also completely account-wide, meaning both progress on your points bar and progress on individual activities should count if you swap alts. Doing so could even benefit you, as there are some activities that could be done easier on those alts. The 50 dungeon bosses and 30 quests are an example of this. Most current expansion quests and world quests will count for the quest activity, and current expansion dungeons of any difficulty will count for the dungeon activity. But legacy quests and legacy dungeons will not count if you are max level. Lower level alts can help with these if you want to do those two activities specifically. Legacy raids, however, will count for the 25 raid boss activity because if you notice in the tooltip, it does not have a stipulation like the 50 dungeon bosses one does. The quests one doesn't specify, however, so this is why I wanted to make that clarification. Each of the activities in the Traveler's Log are categorized neatly and even trackable like quests and achievements by shift-clicking in the chosen task. Doing this can help you keep an eye on your progress. Since there is so much here available with such a wide range of activities and you only need 1,000 points, you could easily complete this bar in a day or two if you preferred, rather than spreading out over the full month. These activities are meant to be simple as a secondary fun thing to do to reward you just for doing what you love to do anyways. Either way, once you complete the progress bar, you will have earned your extra 500 Traders Tender and that month's special reward. Come back to the trading post and loot both of these from the nearby chest to receive them. Now, with all of your currency in hand, you can buy whatever you want, but you will notice you can't afford everything, so choose wisely. You can also freeze a specific item you want for the next month so that you can save up for it. And as a reminder, any unspent Traders Tender will roll over to the next month. Did you know I stream on Twitch now? I do everything from transmog to leveling to gold making, and I'm live 5 days a week to chat with, so come hang out. And there we have it. If you think I've missed information or you want to request I do a specific guide, let me know in the comments below. Even if I don't answer you, I just might add your idea to my list. As always, thank you so much for watching, and remember, it's never too latte.